yesterday into today. And we're enormously excited about your launch presentation this morning, the initial presentation from Lyle McWilliams. I'm going to read a little bit of his biography. Lyle's an author and educator, a biochemist, and he serves as a scientific consultant and public advocate for the natural healthcare industry. Mr. McWilliams' early scientific training led him to the investigation of oxidative stress, which, if you remember from Dr. Ken's presentation, was discussed yesterday, and the biological properties of antioxidants. His research focused on radiation-induced free radical damage and dietary supplementation with vitamin E. As an author, Mr. McWilliams' creative work continued to be used by leading nutritional manufacturers. His popular Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements and Comparative Guide to Children's Nutritionals provide consumers with reliable tools, sorry that I can't see because it's a little dark up here, with which to sort through the maze of nutritional supplements on the market today. His scientifically rigorous, no-nonsense delivery, served with a touch of humor, has earned him praise internationally as a sought-after speaker on the importance of optimal nutrition and lifestyle. As many of you know, or all of you know by now, especially all the Creating Wellness Centers, you've seen the Comparative Guide to Nutrition. Okay? You also know that we got a 5-star gold medal rating in the Comparative Guide to Nutrition. Decided that Mr. McWilliams came to speak with us today. I appreciate it. I also, on a personal level, I know he looks awfully young, but his daughter just received her PhD, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So it's a, and he just came from that to get here to be with us. So without further ado, let me bring up Lyle McWilliams.
Thank you so much. Hi, folks. Thank you. Just call her doctor. So, a lot of people, when I present this information, their natural reaction is, okay, you've convinced me, but the thing is, what makes a good quality supplement? That's the reason we did the Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements, now in its 4th edition. We're running a little short on time, so I'm going to move quickly through this, but I want to tell you that this is a science-based and an evidence-based book. It is both educational in nature and as a consumer-based guide. What we've tried to do is develop a very rigid, scientifically based approach to evaluating nutritional supplements. We've developed 18 criteria, 18 snapshots at how to look at a nutritional supplement in terms of completeness, potency, what are the mineral forms? Does it have the nutrients there for bone health, for heart health, for liver health? What about methylation support? Are there any issues with toxicity? These 18 different snapshots allow us to really separate the wheat from the chaff. And let me tell you, there's a lot of mediocre products out there in the market. We developed what's called a blended standard, a standard for daily nutritional intake. Not our recommendations. We instead turned to the literature. 12 published recommendations for nutritional intake from the Linus Pauling Institute to Richard Passwater. And all of these authors are well known in their respective communities, and all of the books are well recognized treatises on nutrition. From those, we developed a nutrient profile. These are the 47 nutrient classes or categories. We don't include iron, but we do. We don't believe that iron should be in a good quality supplement because it competes with other nutrients. Iron also has issues with toxicity. Iron poisoning is one of the major causes of fatal poisoning in children's vitamins, by the way. But we keep it in there because we use it as a penalty point for many supplements contain too much iron. This is a theoretical maxim. If you actually put all of this into a single pill, I'm sorry, you wouldn't be able to swallow it. You'd have to take it as a suppository. It'd be far too big. So you got to realize that this is, a pretty tough, these are pretty tough criteria to meet. So no nutritional supplement will meet all of these criteria. And as a matter of fact, you'd need a number of them in a packaged product in order to do that. But it does represent our ideal maxim. And then we take that and we use our 18 different snapshots in order to rate the products. The product rating criteria is based on a 5-star scale. It's very intuitive. Nobody wants to stay at a 1-star hotel. 5-star hotel makes a lot of sense. And that's how we rated the products. It's simple to understand. and that scoring is from algorithms that have been developed from these criteria. The top products from each company that scored 3 stars or above were graphically represented. We had to stop there because if we did all of the products, the book would have been too big and too expensive to produce. So we stopped at 3 stars. You won't find Centrum in the central colored pages of the book because it didn't score high enough. But it's there at the back. All of the products that we evaluated are in the back alphabetically as well as by how they rated. Each product has 2 graphs, a blended standard, and a health support profile graph. And very briefly, here's a page from the book. This shows a Canadian product, both Canadian and US product. The left-hand side shows how that product scored according to our nutrient profile. Notice there's a lot of holes there. There's a lot of nutrients missing. There's 2 nutrients there in yellow that when they reach 100% go to red. These are preformed vitamin A and iron, both of which have issues of potential toxicity which are explained in the book. A 3-star rating, as you can see. So on the right-hand side, we show how the particular product scored with each of the health support profiles. In this case, the product got a penalty score for having too much iron and didn't get any score over here because it didn't have any gamma tocopherol. So you kind of read these like a gas gauge. The fuller they are, the stronger the product. Here's a product that looks a little different than the others. Lots of bars, many of them exceeding 100%. Yeah, there's a few bars missing, but keep in mind, it's pretty tough to formulate a tablet and stick an essential fatty acid in the tablet, which is what I was talking about. It doesn't work very well. You have to separate the tablets. But notice that the bars are much fuller, the stars 5 stars, and they're in gold. I'll explain that in a minute. And this gold Medal of Achievement prominently located here. Of course, you can recognize the product as the Creating Wellness Alliance Vitalize Men's Formula. The bars are all scoring very high here. 1 bar missing because there was no gamma tocopherol in this particular product. Basically, our NutriSearch Medal of Achievement, just to go quickly through it with you, this is what really separates the wheat from the chaff. What we did, this is a voluntary program. We said to every company that scored 5 stars, we wrote them and invited them to participate. We offered them a chance to really put their money where their mouth is. Remember, it was only offered to the 5-star companies. We said, you got a pretty good product. How'd you like to really put it to the test? Demonstrate its excellence through 2 things. Go and get your GMP processes audited. In other words, is it manufactured to pharmaceutical grade or is it just manufactured to food grade? World of difference. It's explained in the book. Pharmaceutical grade manufacturing, very important. But the FDA doesn't regulate that, so companies can get away with cutting a lot of corners. So it's important to manufacture to pharmaceutical criteria. And then take your product and have it tested in an independent laboratory. Show us that what's on the label is really in the bottle. And any product that did that was awarded our Gold Medal of Achievement. This requires, remember, it requires GMP certification, so that modeled after pharmaceutical GMPs, and it requires independent laboratory testing. We asked them to send it to one of 2, the NSF Nutrient Verification Program or the USP Supplement Verification Program, or a third option, they could send it to an ISO certified, that's a world certified lab that's set up to do these tests. Few were invited to do. About 35 companies, 33 companies were written and invited to do so. Fewer stepped up to the plate, and even fewer were successful at the final, in the final analysis. There were 4 companies. Creating Wellness Alliance with its Vitalize Men's, Women's, Seniors, and Gold formula. I want to recognize the work of Dr. Cox in developing this formulation. I know he put a lot of effort into it, and it's an excellent product. I also should mention Douglas Labs that manufactures for the physician market, TrueStar Health, which is a Canadian company. I don't think it's down here in the States. They sell through a line of fitness centers. And USANA Health Sciences, which is in Salt Lake City, they manufacture both for the Canadian market and the US market, distributed through direct sales associates. So these 4 companies really do deserve to be recognized because they are head and shoulders above the rest. These are companies that are really demonstrating their commitment to product excellence. And keep in mind, this is 4 out of hundreds and hundreds of companies that are out there. And I want to take this opportunity and recognize Creating Wellness Alliance. in its quest for nutritional excellence. These nutritionals really are as good as gold. And having said that, I want to conclude simply by taking a moment, and I'm going to ask Dr. Gentempo to come up, and I would like to present him with a plaque from NutriSearch, which is my company. And this plaque is the NutriSearch Gold Medal of Achievement for Product Excellence to Creating Wellness Alliance for its quality product. Dan, congratulations.
Get this out. She's the president.
Congratulations.